This is our plan to save Gran Turismo 7, and trust me, I've been reading all of your comments and we actually have it. We actually have the answers. It's doable. It's going to transform the game. It's going to make Gran Turismo by far the best sim racing game on console, and even PC sim racers are going to look on enviously as well. So I've broken it down into a 3-step solution here to save GT7. It's really achievable. So in this video, if you have any other thoughts, let me know. And if you just support it, put a thumbs up emoji in the comments. The first thing that needs to happen in Gran Turismo 7 immediately, like next week, is a daily race D. We need an additional daily race. The daily races have the potential by far to be the best feature in Gran Turismo. They are kind of the lifeblood of Gran Turismo these days. It started with GT Sport, where GT Sport caught the attention of so many of us during the pandemic. We're kind of locked inside, playing online every evening at the weekends. But the daily races haven't changed since then. They're not even daily in any sense of the word. They're weekly races. So we need another daily race. It has to be daily race D. And we saw them experiment with this with the absolutely incredible kind of Japanese 2000s-esque races at Suzuka with fully dynamic weather, with no driver rating changes. All the cars were bespoke tuned. There was genuine variety. There wasn't like a meta standout. That's what they need to do more of. So we want to see them unleash that. They don't need to affect daily race A, B, and C. A can be the fun play still, where you're driving road cars a lot. B can kind of be like the absolute sweat fest. C can be with a little bit of strategy. And D, they can experiment. No one's going to get hurt. It's not going to compromise anything. They can do daily race D. They can do long daily race Ds. They can do short daily race Ds. They can do weeks where they don't have any DR changes. They can do weeks of no SR changes. They can do weeks where you like doubles your DR changes. That's interesting. They can do weeks where it's fully open tuning. They can do weeks where they've got bespoke tunes. Like, they can experiment there. They can stop it being stale. Daily Race D has the potential to revitalize Gran Turismo 7. I know that if they do a 1 hour long Daily Race D with dynamic weather, I'm there. I'm there for it. That's going to spice it up for me. So the first step, or the 3-step plan, is just do a Daily Race D. You can do it next week. So the second pillar of this plan is creating a true racing and driving ecosystem in Gran Turismo 7. Because at the moment, we don't have an ecosystem. We don't have a living, breathable thing where people are talking with each other in the game. People are sharing things with each other in the game, where it's talking to both the online competitive and the single player. It's not, it's all separated. You have people who just do daily races. You have people who just do escapes. You've got people who just do single player. It needs to be an ecosystem. So the first thing I would do, because this also, the second pillar is also broken into 3. The first thing I would do is do real championships. I'm talking DTM championships. I'm talking a spec Formula series. I'm talking an actual Group 3 championship. I'm talking like the Japanese 2000s GT championship. I'm talking about a production championship. Do it in single player and do it online. So have these kind of like flagship moments for the game where it launches, do some new cutscenes for it, give a little bit of narrative about it, have some actual license, maybe driver names in there. It won't really cost too much money, or just make them up if you can't afford it. But have an actual championship mode and incorporate this in the cafe menu system in that area. So go in there, revitalize it, and say, you've done your cafes, you've collected your cars, now let's get you racing here in this kind of championship setup. I think that's going to be phenomenal if they can do it. I think there are actually enough cars in the game to do it, so I really hope they can pull something like that off, because look at Forza Motorsport, they were obsessed about these real championships, and Gran Turismo just never did it. The second part of this second part is actually leaning into endurance, okay? Leaning into endurance racing, again, in both the single and the multiplayer. We don't really have proper endurance in Gran Turismo 7, and it makes no sense, because even I remember doing Gran Turismo 4 endurance back in the day. So there's 2 ways to do this. Firstly, we need proper endurance races in single player, where you can have actual saves in the middle of the races, right? Proper endurance races, 6, 12, 24-hour races with proper saving. That is going to just be a miracle for so many single player Gran Turismo players. Secondly, on the online aspect, they need to build this in. I've been to the GT World Series. I've seen the builds that have it. They need to add in driver swaps online. Like, seriously, imagine 3-hour Sunday evening daily race E's where it's a driver swap and you pair up with someone on your PSN friend list. And it's just, you each have to do a minimum of an hour each. Like, how amazing would that be? That would be incredible. Then imagine there's some kind of proximity chat as well. Like if you're in the pits, you can hear everyone else in the pits. It would be insane. On the grid, you can hear everyone. Like that already is giving me goosebumps. Okay, so we take the first step of this is that we have these official championships using licensed content, some of which you already have. Then we have the endurance, unlock endurance for a single player, and also have these saves as well. The third part of this second part is having this kind of real breathing car sharing environment. They need to take the meeting places that I was so excited for, as you saw in my previews when I saw the screenshots. They need to take that and actually have a place where you can chat with people, where you can go out on track and it's not a timed session. You can just chill. It's not always in a race environment. You can just kind of prowl around, maybe add some free roam areas in there. It doesn't need to be anything crazy, where you can just kind of like roll around with your mates from the meeting place setup, and then allow people to actually share tunes in the game. Allow people to share them. You can already share liveries, right? You can share liveries. A tune is just a performance livery. Like, let people share them. It's absolutely insane. The functionality is clearly there. You can share scapes, you can share photos, you can share liveries, but you can't share tunes. So let the tuning community go wild. Celebrate the tuners. Celebrate the livery makers. Celebrate all these people, and then you can go to car meets and we can go and let's say there's an incredible livery maker. Like we have so many incredible livery makers in the KCR community, KCR Clayholer, KCR Kip, Marcella, so many incredible liveries. Let's let them host a car meet where we can all turn up in their liveries and we can celebrate it, and we can all kind of like do like a parade or something, and someone can drive in front and we can all kind of review the livery. Like, I just have all these crazy ideas, but that's my 3-part series for this ecosystem. Do you agree that would be a little bit more of an ecosystem? But wait until we get to part 3. So part 3 is what I think is actually non-negotiable. Like, if you want to really save Gran Turismo 7, you have to do these things. And again, I'm not being, I think, unreasonable. So the first one is you have to fix the penalty system. Like, clearly the penalty system fundamentally doesn't work. That allows drivers to ram people off and get an almost meaningless penalty, and they can't be disqualified. Like, if you have a driver who's just ramming people off in the first 2 laps of a race, disqualify them. It's not right that you can't be disqualified, because it's not enough of a deterrent to these dirty rammers. And we've all faced them, right? We've all faced these dirty drivers. So I think they need to reform the penalty system and have a proper deterrent so we can have clean racing. And really reward clean racing as well. Don't just give us like an up SR arrow. Like, you know, reward who was the cleanest driver in each race. Give them a star at the end. Give them some extra credits. Like, that's what we've got to be doing. Secondly, in the third part, we got to fix the Sophie lie. Like, I see Gran Turismo and Sony tweet a lot about Sophie. They call it an AI agent. Like, guys, we know what you're doing. You're just trying to jump on the AI agent ChatGPT train. It's not an AI agent. It's a racing AI. It's deceptive and misleading. Let's just treat it for what it is, which is a racing AI, and a really good one at that. But we need to actually unleash it. We've seen versions of Sophie that are better than what we have in the game. We don't want any rubber banding. We want to have actual grid starts with Sophie and everything. We want it to be able to do it properly, and it's going to race properly. They need to unleash Sophie to the examples that we've seen. We've seen Sophie drifting, or I've seen Sophie drifting behind closed doors. It's incredible. We're getting a very neutered version of Sophie in GT7, and I feel like they need to unleash it, and they can unleash it in many ways. We can have actual rivals in Gran Turismo that we kind of like start the game, and these are our rivals, like you have in the Gran Turismo movie. I've rarely mentioned it, but I am in the Gran Turismo movie, so I was involved a bit in that, and I know that the storyline about rivals is so important. We can have Sophie rivals as we go up. Let Sophie come into multiplayer if we need it to fill up lobbies. That would be pretty fun as well. Like, just unleash it. Just unleash Sophie. And the third part of this is they need to listen to the single player community more. Like, I know I've spoken a lot about online here, but it's a single player community that really is the heart of Gran Turismo. Like, when you look at all the numbers, it's single player that drives it. They're often or you're often, because I know you're watching, more of a silent majority, because the online races, we're noisier. But the single player drivers, that GT is really the place, the game for them. There for years. I see you at the live events. I see all the merchandise you've got and how deep you are into the game. So we need to look after single player base. Let us sell parts back for credits. I made a video on this like 3 years ago. Like, let us sell the parts back for credits. You need to let us try and do that. Also, don't ridicule us with the roulette system, and don't ridicule us with the invite system as well. Like, if we're trying to collect cars that, let's be honest, you're never going to use online, at least just let us buy them when we got the credits. Don't let us wait for invitations. It just leaves a really sour taste in the mouth. Look after the single player community. But I have more thoughts, but I don't want this video to be too long. I want this video to be about you. So again, let me know in the comments anything extra you would add here, because Gran Turismo, they do watch these videos and maybe they just need like a little bit more clarity on what we want, and we'll start to see these elements come into the game. So let me know what you think. Make sure you're subscribed as always, and I'll see you next time.